No, we lost someone.
Well, Barney, let's face it, the Bible's always been changed, and it was created centuries after the events, and most of the stories in them come from ancient Egypt. So
is any of it true?
the stories could be true, yeah, because they do come from Africa and ancient Egypt and stuff, but they were put in the book a very long time after events took place. So it's interpretation, and throughout the centuries, a lot of people have changed the meanings and the way it goes on, but it is what it is. It's just like a lot of religions; they change at the times.
But that's crazy. I mean, even now they have something called, I don't know if you're familiar with this. This is the King James Bible, of course. And they have something called the Queen James Bible. Have you heard of that, Candor?
No.
The Queen James Bible, I'm not joking. It's on Amazon right now. It takes out all the passages that say don't be gay. Right? You don't need to be a religious scholar to pick up a Bible and read that verse. I think it's Matthew, whatever it is. A man shall not lay with a man as he lays with a woman. But they're out here just leaving some of these passages out. And,
Ronnie,
and to me, that's insane. And to me,
like, be honest.
So hold on. Someone like me, I don't even believe these stories, man. Right? I don't believe this stuff. I think Noah's Ark. I think there was a flood. I think some dude had a boat named Noah. And I think he just started picking up everyone's pets and livestock. And like 1,000 years later, they're like, bro.
Hold on. Are you saying he was a pirate?
Huh?
Was he a pirate? I mean,
he was a pet pirate. Absolutely.
Oh.
He was like the Coast Guard. He just happened to have a boat for some reason. And all of a sudden, a couple 1,000 years later, this dude was anointed by God and all this. I can't believe any of that. I'm trying to find my favorite passage. I'm just so, dude, I don't even know how to find it.
Barney, referring to a man shall not lay with a man. Like, we don't lay with each other. We just get on with it and just kick them out the room after. We don't lie with them like women. Women always want hugs.
I'm trying to run a professional show. I'm trying to go mainstream. I'm trying to work for Tucker Carlson, but you keep pulling me in the gutter. Revelations 3.9 or 3.9. I don't even know what that is. I'm just going to read my favorite. I just know off the top of my head. I don't even know how to use the Bible. It's such a boring read, right? It's such a boring read. I feel like if there's more pictures or if they just made more 10 Commandments and Ben-Hur's, I could learn the Bible much easier. Timothy 2:12. I do not permit a man to exercise authority. Excuse me. Timothy 2:12. I do not permit a woman to exercise authority over a man. Rather, she is to remain silent. That's God's words, not mine.
Well, God was a bit of a narcissist. Let's face it.
Hold on.
I think he figured it out. You like Timothy 2:12? Let me look this up. Hold on. Let me look. How do you even use a Bible? Like, it's. I guess I should have gone to Bible school, but we didn't go to church.
Oh my God, all my years in the Bible Belt are coming back. I can just like a freaking flashback, bro.
Like Danny, what about
it's Timothy 2:12. Hold on, it's on page 7. What's up?
Danny, what about the men what like the women talking down to them? The ones what wear leather and call them mistress.
Yeah, I don't think that's in the Bible, sir, and that's against the Lord.
This Bible needs updating.
Sir, maybe that's why you became so sus. Maybe you're into that from time to time. I don't know, but I don't think it's in the Bible.
Habit. It's a healthy habit.
I'm gonna pass on that. I'm going to refer you to Timothy 2:12. You need some Timothy 2:12. Are
you telling me that you wouldn't mind your lady tying you up and being dominant with you? And
joke's on you. I'm into that type of stuff.
Listen, that's against the word of the Lord. The word of the Lord says, I do not permit, nor will I accept a woman to exercise authority over a man. I think that includes the bedroom, Candor. So really, that's against the Bible.
That sounds a bit like Jehovah, doesn't it? Because they don't allow their women into heaven. Women are allowed into heaven.
The Jehovah Witness
Jehovah.
women don't go to heaven? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, in Jehovah, yeah. And only a certain amount of people are selected to go into heaven.
Well, why do they join that? Why do they join it? It's called the Watchtower. It's that newspaper they give you all the time.
It's strange. But like I say in the normal Bible, it's one of the most nicest books for religions anyway. Nothing in there is bad. And it's just a set of rules to like abide by, to be
What
a
are you
nice
talking about?
person.
The Jehovah book?
No, the one what you're reading, the normal Bible.
The King James version?
But then again, America has so many different Bibles, you don't know what's real and what's not.
Well, this is
Well,
what
I'll tell you,
that
from
could
the
be a
Fire
cult.
Brimstone Ministry of the South, it is obviously the Southern Baptists. They dip them entirely under the water. None of that top of the head dribbling for us. We're gonna drown your butt.
Oh,
Like-
here in the
I like the,
here in the UK, we chuck them in rivers, and if they don't make it out, they go. That kid was demonic. He didn't survive.
how do I find this damn passage?
It's
How does this
probably easier on Google, bro. Like, what are you looking for specifically? What does it
I mean,
say?
I want to use. I have this freaking Bible, and I don't even know how to look up my favorite gosh darn I need like a bookmark.
Basically,
trying to
yeah.
find the burning bush.
But you don't know the passage and verse, do you?
What's Timothy 2:12? But I can't find it in this damn book.
He's
I
trying to find the burning bush.
Candor. We're trying to have a professional show. Rest in peace, Pope Francis.
But the
You
thing,
say it
the
was
thing
Genesis
is, the
2:12?
solution
Timothy.
to the burning bush is
Timothy.
called a clinic.
Like I know what it is. I just quoted it, but I want to see it. I want to see. Yo, welcome to the show, El Perro. Welcome to the show. I'm looking.
It's First Timothy 2:12.
Oh, it's First Timothy. Oh, okay.
Correct.
I just looked it up.
Yeah,
And it says,
698.
"But I suffer not women to teach, nor to usurp authority over man, but to be in silence." Shut up, woman.
Oh, here. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Oh, so it's Timothy 1:2:12. That's why I couldn't find it.
It's First Timothy. Yeah.
First Timothy 2:12. Jesus,
Yes.
confusing. Okay, thank you, El Perro.
El Perro.
Only to the uninitiated.
El Perro, what happens if the woman claims to be trans man? Does she still have to shut off?
Hold on. Let me read it from my Bible.
No. See, that's the lie. Thou shalt not bear false witness. I can't let you lie to me and tell me you're a woman when I see a dick swinging between your legs.
Whoa.
You're lying to yourself.
Whoa. Perro. I'm trying to go mainstream, baby. Okay, I'm trying to work.
My apologies.
Right. No cussing. Family show. We're spreading the word of the Lord. We're going to talk about Pope Francis.
A phallic member.
Thank you. Stop. Okay, so here it is. The first. How do you say this word? Epistle. Epistle. Epistle.
Epistle. Yeah.
Epistle. It's like an internet pistol. An epistle. The first epistle of Paul, the apostle. Jesus Christ. It's like a tongue twister. No wonder I never read it. I can't
That's
even
English.
these words. The first epistle of Paul, the apostle, to Timothy. Here goes my favorite verse. The verse I try to live. This, some of these phrases, some of these verses, like I get it, man. God and Jesus, they had it right. And for this one, shout out to him. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp, love that word, authority over the man, but to be in silence, right? I love that. And to you, Candor, if you want some weird stuff, women dressed in strange clothing, doing things to you,
I'm sorry,
that's not the way of the Lord, sir.
They're going to have to update their Bible because a lot of men like women in leather with a whip calling them mistress. It's a thing. It's been going on for years. It's a thing.
That doesn't
Men
make
pay for this.
Candor, I think you were exposed to that at a young age, and that's what turned you sus.
I
don't know what you've been through in life. I don't know why you're sus, but I have a feeling
Barney,
maybe you were touched at a young age by a woman. I'm sorry, what? Go ahead.
American TV show influenced me with that because it was on a program called Pose, where they were dressed up as a dominatrix, whipping them for money.
What was the show called?
Pose. Yes.
You sure it wasn't called Rocky Horror Picture Show?
So it's an American thing. It's not a me thing, it's an American thing, so it's already indoctrinated into your country.
Way to blame the Americans for everything. You know, being an American, we get blamed for everything. MS-13 forms, it's America's fault. All
Particularly
these
New
countries
York.
south of the border are poor and starving. It's all our fault. Countries halfway across the world, they don't have books. They don't have computers. It's America. Like, everything is our fault. And here goes my own show. I got an Englishman coming up here who doesn't even like women, telling me about how women should act. I mean, this is crazy. And it's all America's fault. This is
Hold on. Bro likes women so much he's joining the club. Bro likes women so much he's joining the club. He just doesn't like men. I can kind of see where he's coming from.
Candor. Does conversion therapy work, sir? Is that what you need to jump back onto the normal side, or what?
That doesn't work.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Because we love the Rainbow Coalition here on Midlife Bro Logic, and I'm going to tell you why. We love them because they what is it again?
Pay more.
No, hold on. They don't take any women, and when they leave, they take a man with them. So I love it. I love the Rainbow Coalition. You're always welcome around. You're
Good. I like that.
The odds better. Yep.
The thing is, Barney, seeing Jesus on that cross, that's just a good weekend.
Bro. That's too much. Bro, that is too much. Okay, so the show has already been destroyed. That's fine. Let's should we talk
And
about
I didn't do it.
You didn't. Should we just Wikipedia Pope Francis? Let's just go over some numbers. Let's go over some things here. Here we go. Shout out to Pope Francis. Pope Francis, born Jorge Mario Bergoglio. That does sound Catholic. But I thought he was Argentinian.
Do you know what the sad thing is, Barney?
What's that?
Jesus, Dead Jesus Day was on Friday. I hope he's all ate fish for Good Friday. He took a day off on Saturday. He came resurrected on Sunday, and then the Pope died on the Monday.
I guess so.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. What's that tell you?
So
I don't know. What does that tell me? Wait, no, he died on. No, hold on. I think he died on. Hold on.
The Pope died on the 21st.
Is that today?
It was yesterday. Well, it'll be today for you.
Okay, yeah, because we are.
But for me, it's yesterday. I'm ahead of you.
News. We're breaking news.
Talking to a person in the future.
All right, let's read this. Pope Francis, born Jorge Mario Bergoglio, 1936. Head of the Catholic Church and sovereign of the Vatican State, which is another bizarre thing. 2013 till now. First Pope from the Society of Jesus, which apparently is the Jesuit order. Again, I don't really know what that is. First Pope from the Americas, first from the Southern Hemisphere, and the first born or raised outside of Europe since the 8th century Pope Gregory III. Born in Buenos Aires, Argentina, Bergoglio was inspired to join the Jesuits in 58 after recovering from severe illness. So 58 and 36 would make him, he was 22. Do you think he soiled his royal oats? What's the rules there? What do you think?
Soiled or sowed?
Sowed, soiled, whatever.
Everyone's got the king.
Because that's a big ask. What's up, Bill? That's a big ask. Like, yo, I am high on this God thing, and I don't want a wife or
Barney, you did look intellectual when you put the glasses on reading. I thought you were
like
going to
that?
read to the children. Yes.
Okay, hold on. I have a better pair somewhere. These are my backups.
It's amazing what glasses does to a person, making them look more intellectual.
I think I look stupid. All right, here we go. No, I don't need them for close up. Born in Buenos Aires, Argentina, Bergoglio was inspired when he was 22. He was the Jesuit provincial superior in Argentina. I don't know what all this stuff is. became the archbishop in 98 and was created a cardinal by Pope John Paul II. And then, let's not forget, Pope Benedict the 16th, famous for being in the Hitler Youth. Are we aware of this? Are we aware of this? I guess not.
Man's got to do what a man's got to do.
No, it's true. It's
I
true.
hope there's no lightning in that background.
Pope Benedict was literally a Nazi.
The Hitler Youth is literally today's Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. Just an interesting fact.
Sure. I mean, he was, and even if it was something more, he was a kid, right? But it is, let's face it, it's interesting kind of fact. And we have him in his little outfit with the eagle and everything. So we're definitely going to have to cover that. He resigned, which kind of interesting. Kind of strange that he would become the Pope and then resign. Of course, the only Pope I was aware of ever was that damn John Paul. And he was old back the first time I remember him, up until the day he passed.
Barney,
and he even got shot. What's up?
Do you blame him resigning? He wanted to have kids. Why? Oh, just go to a strip club without being tormented by these Pope goers. You know, they call Catholics.
Wait, what are you saying?
Deal, bro.
He
That's real.
retired from being a Pope because he wanted to go to strip clubs without being harassed by these Catholic people. He just wanted a normal life.
The real question is, should we just go there? I mean, that's the former Pope that's still alive. What do you do once you're Pope? What do you get? De-Popa? What do they call it? De-Poped?
Depapized.
Depapized? What do they call? Here, this is Joseph Aloysius Ratzinger, born in 1927. Parents' home was in someplace, Bavaria. I don't know, man. Does anyone know what like where do you go from there? Like, what you become Pope? Is this the hardest job in the world to ever become? Like, it probably is. Like,
I feel like it's one of those things you can't do intentionally, right? Like, you can go get in a group that does that stuff, but you can't line up and be like, all right, I'm going to be one of these here Pope type fellows. That's not how it works.
It's easier to become president, I think, at least odds wise.
Do you not think it's a bit crazy that they give up the whole lives of being a man to worship something what they don't even know is real?
Yes, it is crazy. That's what I want to talk about. And also, let's face it, man. Is this just a straight up PDF file club? Because why else would you want to be with a bunch of dudes and then we see their proclivities?
Because God has told him to. God has brought him to the mountain. He has brought him to the sea, and he has brought him to this little boy sitting 3 seats back on the third pew.
I mean, it's crazy, right? It's literally like a multi-billion dollar. Sorry, I live in Baltimore. It's like a multi-billion dollar. It's like all that Alex Jones stuff, but it's real, and it's the Catholic Church. I don't know how pervasive it is.
Do you know what I find what's even more scary? In America, where you have these churches and you see these people pretending that they've been touched by God and they start flapping around like jellyfish on the floor and everything. And
That's Southern Baptist.
Acting as though like God is going through them. I'm just like, don't they hand out medication pills at the door to stop these people from doing this crap?
Okay, interesting you should mention this. I've had a few religious experiences this year or over the past year. I went to a synagogue once, true story. It was pretty cool. Like, they gave me the loner hat, I put it on.
What?
I went in. I did, I swear to God. I did. I went to synagogue for the first time. And they had the hat at the door. I had to you have to cover it's some reason. I forget the reason. I'm a poor student. They had the book. They read the book backwards. The book is backwards, man. It's like a left-handed book. You open it
why
reverse.
Southern Baptists don't trust the synagogue people. They cover up the very spot of your head that you're supposed to be dribbling water on to baptize.
That's a good point. It's a good point. Good point. But they did give me a loner hat. That was nice. Stayed on my head. I had like a little bit of stubble. I know I'm bald, but it stuck on there pretty good. Dude just broke out a guitar and was like singing. It was pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. They didn't like go hard on. They didn't really talk much about the whole, issue. They just prayed for peace, so that was nice. So I give them 2 thumbs up there. But then
they didn't hand out the Gorilla Glue so the hats stick.
It just stays, man. I'm bald, but I have like stubble, so it sticks. It's great.
Like Velcro.
Like Velcro, absolutely. But I went to a church recently, and when I say recently, I mean the past 6 months. And it was one of those churches, dude. It was one of those churches, Candor. Like, I went in, and there was like these 3 women singing, and this like good band. The music was corny, but they had like great musical talent. They could really sing, they could really play those instruments, but the songs were just so freaking corny. And then when the preacher came out, he was like a rock star. He was acting like James Brown, kind of. He comes out there and he's looking like stylish, brand clothing. He gets up there, he starts doing the stuff. These people are going berserk. And then he starts speaking in tongues. And then the whole audience starts speaking in tongues. And I'm like, oh my God, don't do it. And it's just like, it's like peer pressure. It's like, I'm not going to speak in tongues. This is crazy. How did I end up in this situation? And then it gets worse. Then they catch the Holy Spirit. Then they catch the Holy Ghost. And they start shaking and doing all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God. And then it's like you're supposed to stand and like dance. And it's like these rock stars they get mad if you're not like dancing around or doing something. You're like, oh God. And they have to like pretend to dance in the pew. And it's just like, oh God. It's just
what this reminds me of, Barney? Do you know what this reminds me of? A 90s rave.
That is totally weak sauce, brother. Down here in the South, it ain't even really a church unless they're handing you a snake.
No, I like the snake churches. Okay, let's talk about snake. No, I did a whole show about snake churches. Listen, you can say what you want about this. Those people, first off, have good music. They do. They rock out. I've seen those bands. I've listened to the YouTube clips. I actually got claims because I used to play it. But you can say a lot of things about these snake handlers, but you ain't going to sit up there and tell me that they don't believe in the power of God when they got a goddamn rattlesnake in their freaking hand and their father died, their brother died, they're missing fingers from rattlesnake poison. You can call them many things, but non-believer, you cannot. And that's the thing about churches. You always think, which church is right? Which church is closest to God? And I'm like, I think the snake churches are. The
thing is, what I'm wanting to know
Hold on. They are nearest because they're one bite away from meeting him.
Good point.
Right. I've heard about these pastors and stuff like this in America. I'm just wanting to know what type of snake is this? Is this a one-eyed snake?
Rattlesnake.
Easy, Candor.
Because I know
they can't stop, Candor. Stop.
In repopulated land.
Candor. We ain't talking about one-eyed snakes. We're not talking about the one-eyed spitting serpent. Stop it, Candor. These are timber rattlers and or copperheads, sir. Okay.
Sometimes diamondbacks. They're much more popular.
This is brings a rattlesnake in front of someone to touch, knowing that they're venomous and can kill. Like, what the hell?
Well, that's what the Bible says. Oh, help me out. Hold on.
Fear shall take up this, or he who is with the Lord shall take up the serpent without fear. I don't know if I'm quoting it perfectly, but it's real hard to concentrate when you're holding the snake.
Help me out. It's Mark 16, 17, 18. How do I look this up? Well, let me get my glasses.
No wonder they're rolling around the floor in fits, being bit by a rattlesnake.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Help me out. Caro, where are you at? How do I do this again? It says Mark 16.17/18. What does that mean? Mark 16. All right, hold on. So is this alphabetized?
Verses 17, 18. No, you got to go to Mark.
Okay, so Mark is on 583. So here we go. Let's do this. Here we go. Reading the Bible. Miss Ginny, if you're out there, pull up. 5-8. Okay, so it says 16:17. So
it's chapter 16, verse 17 and 18.
wait a minute. I don't understand this. Oh, Mark is big. Okay. Timothy's, I think, small. Okay, Mark.
Those pages look like they've been stuck together. What have you been doing, Barney, with that Bible?
Stop it. Mark 16:17. This is why they pick up the snakes. Here it is. Here's one. And there's a couple verses. Thank you, El Perro, by the way. And these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name shall they cast out devils. They shall speak with new tongues. They shall take up serpents. And if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick and they shall recover. So they pick up the snakes because it says right there, Mark 16:17-18, it says, they shall take up serpents. I mean, it's and when you listen to them, they're like, I didn't write the Bible. They just obey the Bible. Unlike the Pope, he's like, oh, golly gee, I better keep my Pope numbers up. I better keep getting my 10%. Looks like donations are down. Let's just make church easy. Let's just change it. Let's just, and we can talk about what he did. We can talk.
Your churches are nothing like the ones in the UK. The ones in the UK are a bit like subdued and we just like go off the floor and like chill. And it's nothing like they are in America. America, they like wild. It's just like, it's like a party or something going on. And it's in some sort of, I've seen some of them, and some of them look a bit like Satanish. It's weird. And like you're telling us that they're chucking snakes at people. Like, is this a Satan cult? What is this?
Listen, the snake church is not common, right? There's only a few of them left, and a lot of states actually made it illegal. Which is interesting.
There's not very many that are above board open snake handling churches. Usually what you have is a evangelistic minister who travels with his snakes and handles them. They don't do the whole handling it around, but those are only the documented ministries. There's others.
Those are the ones that are probably closest to God. The ones that really believe, the ones that pull up with their rattlesnakes, the ones that pull up with their copperheads. And they pick up serpents because they want to obey the Lord. They want to obey the Bible, and they do their best. But unlike Pope Francis here, right? Like, I don't even believe this stuff. I'm not into it so much, But Pope Francis here, let's read about this. Pope Francis has died, aged 88. This is from something called The Conversation. I don't even know what this is, but it looks legit. Pope Francis has died, age 88. These were his greatest reforms and controversies. Okay, so here we go. Between a rock and a hard place, Francis was deemed not progressive enough by some, yet far too progressive by others. His apostolic exhortation, I don't know if I'm saying that right, an official papal teaching on a particular issue or action, Amoris Laetitia, ignited great controversy for seemingly being more open to the question of whether people who have divorced and remarried may receive the Eucharist. Oh, okay. Obviously, Catholics don't accept divorce, or at least until this guy came around.
No,
Famously, Rudy Giuliani married his cousin, and then he didn't divorce her; he annulled it, which is crazy.
And he wasn't even in Georgia. That's an Alabama thing.
I've seen people who are Catholic, and when they went to get divorced and remarried, they turn around and say, "That's still my wife." They just don't believe in it. It's like, she'll always be my wife. I was like, wow. Talk about control and possession.
But it's what's the point of following this religion if you don't follow it? Right?
I think it's for people who are lonely and they get to a certain age and they start thinking what else is there, and they think, is this just it? And is that it? We don't do anything else. So they hope that they go to a better place. It's just to comfort people, I think, really. And when they've lost family members, they've got something to comfort them. I think that's what it's used for. But science has proved a lot of things, and there's a lot more going on than what we know. And this is just my thing. I think we've come from another planet, basically. I really do.
You think we come from what?
I think we've come from another planet because it just doesn't make sense if we're supposed to have come from apes, right?
Sure.
Why aren't the apes human?
Because they started off as.
If we come from apes, why aren't the apes human? It's the most simplest question.
It's a good point, actually.
Well, that would pose that during time that every evolution would get rid of the previous or prior evolutions.
Exactly. The thing is, I don't discriminate anyone who's religious. You believe what you want to believe, that kind of thing. But for me personally, come on. As soon as you're born, you're dying. And I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy, but that's it. The realization of it is, while you're here, have the best fun you can have, be respectful and be nice to people. And then when you go, you've left something, a mark on people saying he was a good person. I want to be like that person and pass it on. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Our main goal in life is to breed. Obviously, it's not happening with me. I'm too selfish.
That's one reason. That's one reason. Okay. I mean, you've got it figured out. Maybe you should start a church, Candor. That's the kind of teachings that I would follow. Be kind.
The church should not be a nasty place. It's a place of people coming together and realizing what's important and not focusing on the stupidness.
As soon as you establish that as a church, they're immediately going to take up pitchforks and spears and go out and try to conquer other aspects of society. Because that's what do.
I'd follow guru or whatever. I don't know what it takes to start a religion in any country, really. But there is a process. If the Scientologists could do it, I'll follow you, Candor. I think you're great.
I tell you what I do like about American churches, though. The choirs are amazing. They know how to sing. And you got the likes of Whitney Houston, what came from a choir, church choir. Amazing vocal talent, that. And they do know how to sing. I'll give them that for the church.
There's a lot of, different kinds of churches in America. I've been to a mix of churches. Obviously, I don't go that often. But
you can't lie to me, sir. All those other churches, they are false prophets. They are leading you into the fire and the brimstone. Give me some money.
Yeah, I don't trust a lot of them, but musically, it's interesting. If you go to like some of these mega church, if you go to like a white mega church, the musicians they have are so talented, like I was saying before, so skilled, so proficient with the voice, the range, the control, and their instruments, but the songs are just like so awful. They make me want to delete myself. The song, they're just so awful. They're so lame. But if you listen to like other churches, I'll leave it at that.
Church. Go to a black church. That is where the freaking jams are at, dude. They rock harder than anybody.
Those churches are pretty good.
Is anyone saying Jesus a God? Is anyone saying Jesus a God?
Well, according to the Bible, didn't Moses, wasn't the burning bush God or something? I don't know.
But have you seen God or Jesus?
I've been looking, man. I've been looking for the word, but I tell you, man, I don't have the faith, right? The only faith that I have is that Where did this all come from? Where did this all start? I don't believe in this Big Bang nonsense. What created
No, I
this?
don't believe in. Do you know what I honestly think? I'm starting to think because there's starting to come information from Mars that Mars was a living place, and something happened on it, and it all exploded. And I think we could be the what you call it, what come from that planet, basically, because they
So
says
we're Martians?
the Mars was a living place. I think we could be.
So do Martians have a religion?
Can I take a chaw out of that one?
Please.
There is a huge list of very interesting anatomical things in the human body that don't match up to other animals on Earth, and one of them is the shape of our back. It would be better suited to a planet, I don't know, a few degrees, a few gravities less, or whatever you call it. We would do better on a planet with about 2/3 Earth gravity. Interesting point about Mars. It's right in the sweet spot.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. There's a lot of evidence what's been shown and a lot of drilling what they've been doing and finding out, but they won't tell us properly. But now it's starting to merge. I mean, look at the stuff what they had in ancient Egypt, those conductors underneath the pyramids. You all knew the pyramids were electric conductors and stuff. Come on. To be that advanced.
Is this serious? Are we talking?
I'm serious. Like, this is fact now. It's like fact.
Martians built the pyramids, and we're also Martians, bro. I mean,
Like, Barney, put it this way: it's not your anus. It is. I'm just putting it out there. I don't believe what you want to believe, as long as you're happy and you don't.
No, I haven't done the treatment yet. Candor, hold on. I have to heal a man in chat currently. Foot Clan, I shall bring forth all of the angels to come forth and pray for you. They will put their hands upon you, and you will lose your freaking mind and give me all your money.
Where's the claps at? Hold on.
I've seen a Devil and Angel film. It's a bit adult though, and I've seen the way they interact with each other.
What are you talking about, Candor?
No, they're all about devils and angels and stuff, you know. But
I have a religious clip. Hold on, I have a religious clip. Let's play this. See if we like this.
Fair sentence. Do you think they deserve to die, Mr. Haley? Answer the question.
Carly, don't answer that question. Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
Kind of religious or something. I don't know. I just felt like playing it.
You should
Go
put
ahead.
that clip on saying you can handle the truth.
I'll work on it. I'm always trying to find the most relevant, awesome clips. It's a struggle. All right, let's get back to Pope Francis. All right, so he lets people that got divorced take the Eucharist. I think that's the body of Christ, the little wafer.
Yeah, that's the middle flavored cracker.
I wonder if there ever been an example of a priest like, like, I don't know if you've been to Catholic Church or not, but there comes a certain time when they all line up and the Pope puts that shit in their mouth. I wonder if, or not the Pope, but the priest. I wonder if there's ever been a priest been like, go to the back of the line. I'm not giving this to you. You're divorced. I guess there's an example, but I don't know of one personally, but that's pretty hardcore. But here's another thing that Pope Francis did. Apparently, he disappointed progressive Catholics, many of whom hoped he would make stronger changes on issues such as the roles of women. I mean, what does he want? Look at these women. They want female priests, right?
We can't see them. You're not sharing it.
Oh, well, there's nothing really good to share.
Okay, I'm just saying, we can't look at them.
I know in Italy, they hidden that underneath in the bottom of Italy that there used to be female priests, and they don't want people to know that. And under in the tombs, there's actual big, massive paintings and everything like that of female priests on the walls and everything like that. I know the Catholic Church hides a lot of stuff, and they won't reveal a lot of stuff. I don't know why they're ashamed of having a female priest for.
Because Timothy 2:12, sir. I mean, I spent like 10 minutes telling you my favorite freaking verse. I mean, I have to read it to you again, right?
Right, come on. They're basically men without penises.
No, this
little
is
boys will tell you straight up, those men have penises.
Yeah, touche. Listen, this is the problem,
Just
right?
protect
Men
the
and
altar
women
boys, that's
are
all.
different.
Protect the
And it's-
altar boys.
Listen, this is why we can't have female priests, right? Timothy 2:12, the best verse in this Bible. We'll break it out.
Altar boy lives matter too. Protect the altar boys.
I'll read it to you again since you need it so badly. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. We don't need female priests. You've seen that female priest or whatever she was talking to Donald Trump, right? You've seen these churches. They got all these, flags. Where's my flag at? I went to the trans rally. They have all these flags outside their church.
I knew we'd bring this up again.
They have all these flags outside their church. And you know damn well what Matthew says. A man shall not lay with a man as he lays with the woman. It's like we're just changing the rule book. It's like we don't like the rules. We're going to come in here and change everything. Well, the rules are too hard. It's
I'm going to put this out now, right? How can as a gay man, I'm going to tell you this. A man cannot lay with a man like he does with a woman because they use different exits. Simple as.
I don't want to really elaborate too much. But
simple. It's not a big deal.
I think your interpretation is wrong, sir. You're obviously going to one of the churches that has
who wants to lie down? Who wants to lie down when they having good fun? Like seriously,
this is one of those cases where there are two sides to the conversation, and only one can reproduce naturally. The other side has to indoctrinate your children.
And one side is safe from the agony of children. You're right.
One side is safe from the agony of children. That's an interesting way of putting it, sir. But okay, so the Catholics are mad. Catholics are mad that they don't have female priests, married clergy. I mean, what do we think about that? I think priests should get married, right? Is that bad?
I think they should.
Let me ask you this, and this is dead serious. If you're having troubles in your marriage and you need to talk to somebody, do you go to a priest, a barber, or a bartender?
A therapist.
I'd probably get drunk. I'd get drunk and annoy my bartender.
Exactly.
She's mean to me. What should I do, Ricky?
That's not what's going to happen, and you know it. You're going to walk in there, you're going to start that trash, and he's going to tell you about his first, third, and seventh wife. And it's going to pertain exactly to your problem, and you're going to leave there drunk as hell, go home, go to sleep, and wake up with a brilliant idea that you don't remember where it came from, but it's because you talked to your bartender. The priest has been married and can't give you advice on marriage.
Hit the nail on the head there. I think you've hit the nail on the head there. Why would you go to a priest for marriage counseling when they're not even married?
Exactly.
And they follow one man what doesn't even exist. Like, come on, you've got to be out of your mind.
Let me carry that thought a little bit further down the road for you. They follow one long-haired hippie who traveled around with a group of gang members and upset the entire royal order of the day. They were literal dissidents, and he's worshipped today. So,
I've got a conspiracy.
And prostitutes. They were prostitutes too.
I've got a conspiracy on Jesus, and Barney's not going to like it. I think that Jesus had a group of homosexuals with him and a fag hag called Mary Magdalene. And this is why the Romans got sick, because they were taking
so
away.
Mary was the pimp. Hold on now. This might have teeth. I got to think on this for a second.
Wait. I got to look up Mary Magdalene. I need to look this one up.
She used to be a whore, and Jesus changed her into a fag.
All right, hold on. Let's slow down and back up your roll a little bit. That's a good starting spot for an argument. But in reality, the distinction between Mary Magdalene and the woman who washed Jesus' feet has not been exactly set by the language in any of the Bibles I've been able to find. They might be two different people. The woman who washed Jesus' feet was a whore. Mary Magdalene also washed Jesus' feet. It doesn't necessarily say they were the same person. It just mentions an event that may have happened a few times by a few different people. I'm done.
I mean,
And
this
now I
guy
just
sounds-
want to say into the crowd of people in here, if you feel like you have seen Jesus, and if you've seen him wearing blue, that was not Jesus, that was a demon. Just to let you know, it was a demon. Okay?
And did you get that
Jesus-
secret knowledge from the Apocrypha you dug up out in the Dead Sea? I mean, like, where'd you pick that one up, bro?
The
Yeah, how do
devil
you know
with the
this?
blue dress on.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
All right, I got you.
All right, hold on. There's just so many topics going on. Jesus sounds sketchy, right? He hung out with prostitutes. He's got women who are assigned foot cleaner. I mean, if that's not a cult, I don't know what is. This sounds crazy. He goes up onto the hill and prophesizes and preaches. Okay, let me know when you're back, Sasquatch. I'll bring you up. What can we say? Mary Magdalene. I guess I should read my Bible. It's just so difficult. It's so difficult to read. It's such a slow read. And it's not even in, it's in like strange English. What?
Does it make you fall asleep? Is that why you need your coffee?
I mean, I'm drinking tea, actually. You should be proud of me there. Just even the way it's written.
Serious in this chat.
Like pick a page. Now I'll just try to read it. Just pick a number.
Page 4.
Page 4. I mean, Jesus Christ, Candor. All right, let's read page 4. Genesis. I mean, this is seriously hard to read.
Oh.
And it came to pass when man began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, that they took them wives of all which they chose. What is this? Is this even English? Is this? I feel like this. Can we get an updated? I think I need like the kids' Bible.
Are they talking
The one that's
medieval?
easy to read, huh? It's like medieval, yeah. I can't read this thing. Jesus Christ, Jesus. You know, I mean, if Jesus is real, why doesn't he show up on YouTube?
Is that Bible come all the way from the first settlers over in America? Was it Crocator, whatever you call it?
I don't even know what you're talking about. It's got a map on the back. Look.
The first settlers in America what were British, and they left like a sign on a tree because they disappeared. Do you not even know your history, Barney?
What are you talking about, bro? Are you talking about my Bible, or what are you talking about? You talking about
I'm
the Pilgrim?
talking about the first settlers. That Bible's come from the first settlers, medieval times.
Maybe this is one of them. No, it's not. This was given to me on my 18th birthday.
The settlers brought over the Geneva Bible. As of the time of settlement, the King James Version was new.
Croatoan, that's the one, whatever you call it. Yes.
That's what was carved on the tree.
History.
Yes. I can't remember the name of that freaking colony, but it didn't make it. They just disappeared. What was it? What was the name of it? I'm losing it.
Jonestown, Plymouth Rock.
And they were waiting for the ships to come back for
Pilgrims.
supplies because the ground wasn't fertile.
Lost colony of Roanoke. Sorry.
Yes, Roanoke.
Didn't they all die of malaria? It's like that's what they told us. But I thought malaria is only like in the hot areas. I don't understand.
But nobody knows really what happened to them. But when they came back to look for them, it had been completely destroyed. Everything was falling down and growing over and stuff. So they hadn't been there for a while. But carved on a tree was the name of a tribe 2 islands further south. That's the only clue they had. But for years afterwards, there were reports of quote unquote white natives all over the Southeast.
There you go.
So they probably just they're like, bro, you know, these European ways are not working out. Let's pick up a bow and arrow. Let's eat some trout.
Yeah, Croatoans were trading with the Roanoke beforehand, and so
it's clear the land wasn't fertile enough for them to grow crops. It's either
the water wasn't
died
sweet
of
enough,
malnutrition, or they've died with weak crops, being diseased, or they've went and converted into Native America with the natives, and that's where Sasquatch is saying there's a lot of white natives. You know,
there's these early stories, and sometimes they're called white tribes. Typically, it's a single individual in a group of natives where the people from the boat are like, "Hey, is that a white guy?" That's a white guy. And then they sail away and they're like, yeah, we saw white natives over there. But I think most of that's like people leaving the various early colonies and early colonial locations and just going native. Wouldn't be hard.
So now we know where Barney's Bible comes from. Those early days of that settlement.
Early days of the settlement, indeed. It's a couple hundred years old, y'all, and I have been bequeathed it by Pope Francis himself. Hold on. Let's get back on track here. Let's get back on track. Pope Francis, rest in peace. Let's get to it. They're mad. No one answered the question. Should priests be able to get married? I say yes. Like, why do they have to sit there and not have a woman? You know, the Bible, doesn't it say that in goddamn Genesis? I made earth and then I made Adam. What page is that on?
Bro, you'll find that one. That was way early.
What page is that on? Is that Genesis? He's like, Adam was lonely. So I ripped out his rib and gave him a woman named Eve. I mean,
wait a second. This doesn't bring up the original woman that God made as he made Adam at all, Lilith.
What? Lilith said no. She says, I'm out of here.
I heard a Lilith fair. It's where all those feminists go. It's like the worst place ever.
That's where Lilith is real big in the feminine community. It is.
Well, the thing is with Lilith, she creates children, but God forbid her. So every time she creates a newborn, it dies. So she goes around attacking humans.
Hold on. You started in the middle again. Let's start at the beginning if we're going to tell this story.
Lilith. Hold on. Eve is not the first woman. This is which
book this is from. This is from one of the Apocrypha. One of the what is it?
What is that? I thought this was the book.
That book is assembled from other books that existed. What was it in 1071?
Eve wasn't the first woman. Are you kidding me? It's like the only thing I knew.
You look at Lilith. You'll get all kinds of craziness, and you'll get I think it's a Talmudic or something along. Not in the Bible, bro.
Barney, did you ever watch this TV show called True Blood? Lilith was on there.
Dude, I watched 10 Commandments. I watched Ben-Hur. Right, that's what I watch. I don't watch.
All right.
All these new shows.
Let's do the story. So God created Adam. Adam wanders around paradise for a little while, eventually stumbles across Michael or Gabriel, and one of them's like, hey, man, there's not a whole lot going around here. I mean, the animals are all neat and the plants are all tasty, but I mean, what's a dude supposed to do?
Wait a minute. Wait. Adam is in the Garden of Eden and he finds some other dudes?
No. Angels. Oh, Gabriel, Michael, that type stuff. Michael's standing at the gate and Gabriel stops anybody from entering. So anyway, God goes, yeah, that makes sense. And I'm paraphrasing the living hell out of it, but just bear with me for a minute. So he creates Lilith in the same manner that he created Adam and tells Lilith, you and Adam, y'all are a match set. Y'all should run off and go do stuff. And Lilith's very first response is, he can't touch me. No. And there's a bit of a discussion. She gets booted to the land of Nod.
What?
God takes a rib from Adam and creates Eve to make them one person when they are united. Right?
Bro, stop.
Okay. All right.
Adam's first.
I'll stop.
It's because God told Lilith he has to obey Adam. And she said, I'm not obeying Adam. And she left the garden to go and live a life how she wanted.
You mean Adam had a girlfriend before Eve? Are you kidding me? Lilith is AI. Is not
God was like, you and Adam are set. Lilith said, no, I'm not going to reproduce with him. He's not part of me.
He's a beta cuck.
Used to do it. God cursed her, banished her to the land of Nod, and she cannot produce children, which is why in the later stories of the Apocrypha, Lilith is the dark thing in the night that causes things like SIDS and sudden infant death and stuff like that. She's responsible for all the children's deaths.
You have to.
So these crazy. Hold on, whoa, stop. So these crazy feminists. I don't know if you have heard of Lilith Fair Candor, but it's this.
Yes, I have.
It's this music festival of only Liz Fair, lesbian, man-hating,
Dykes.
feminists. So they named the whole thing after a woman that deletes babies. Figures. I mean, if that doesn't show you what
Disobeys
feminism is all
the
about,
man, disobeys God, and
disobeys the man
babies.
and
Yes.
God. Say less.
But wait a
I
minute,
knew there was a reason I never went to that.
Sasquatch, you forgot to finish the story off. The way to stop Lilith from taking away the children, they had to put a marking on their doors to prevent Lilith from walking through to kill the children.
Is this like Passover? Put some lamb's blood on your doorway?
Yeah, it's a very similar sort of story. It is, and but furthermore, it survives to this very day with the utilization of things like horseshoes and buckeyes and stuff in the American South. If you ain't got a horseshoe over your door, you're not a real Southerner.
But the thing is, the reason why Lilith does that for is because God punished her and wouldn't let her have her own children how she wanted, and he kept on killing all of the children what she gave birth to. And the thing is, Adam is narcissistic.
Hold on. In God's defense, the children she gave birth to were from non-humans from outside of the Garden of Eden, and they were all monsters.
She was interspecial. Disgusting.
Variety is the spice of life, Sasquatch.
Interspecial. Listen, should the horseshoe be pointed up or down, Sasquatch? That's what I'm
the thing is, Adam was a narcissist. I mean, to create a woman out of your own rib, that is a bit narcissistic. Like, you will do.
And look, in the end, she still disobeyed God.
Woman. God created the woman. Adam had no say in it, really.
She still disobeyed in the end.
That's why the woman was attracted to Adam because it was his rib. The only thing what would go with Adam was his own rib.
If Adam had had some say in it, they'd be a little less mouthy.
Do you know, I've got a theory about that, Sasquatch. Could the serpent really have been Lilith, disguised, giving Eve the apple to entice her away from the garden?
Is this a fanfic now? Like,
no, I'm just this is my theory, because she was classed as like a demon now. Could she have morphed into the snake to give Lilith the apple to eat it, to make her leave Adam to come out of the garden?
That's a good point. She's like a scorned ex. She's like a crazy ex-girlfriend who like comes back and sabotages the relationship.
No, she's just a lesbian wanting a bit V on V.
Makes sense. Okay, so in the end, I guess you guys are cowards. You're not going to answer the question. Do you think priests should be able to be married?
Yes. How can you ask advice of a person who has not been married about marriage? Why would you go to a priest? That'd be like going to a lawyer to discuss your drinking tab, right? That's like going to a cop to try to plan a murder. Well, actually, that makes a little bit of sense. So scratch that one.
No one should be denied to reproduce, put it that way. And who's a better role model? A priest.
Pardon me. People who get denied the ability to reproduce are people who make choices that make reproduction impossible.
Right.
So how should priests date? Right? Should they just be like priest Tinder? Should they start having relations with people in their congregation? Like, should they be assigned a nun? Right? Should we team up? You know, like priests can only marry nuns. I mean, that seems good, right? Yes. Should we go with this law?
I've got a theory.
What's that?
Do you think sperm banks were invented because a priest couldn't have a wife?
Wait, what? Do I think what?
I mean, they walk around blue balls all the time. You know, they can't produce. So sperm bank comes in.
You think sperm banks are all donors, are all priests? Bro, is that what you're saying?
Probably, yeah.
Interesting hypotheses. I'm going to go with no.
They look at Hillary Clinton, let one off, and there's the sperm bank.
Wait, first off, are you talking bad about Hillary Clinton? Because
yes,
she was not always the way she was. She's an attractive woman right there. Check her out. She's nice. Right? Look how happy she looks next to Trump. She's pretty.
You're gonna get got, bro. Your ass getting Arkansas-ed. You got the dope.
She's pretty. I mean, she's not a smoke show, but Hillary Clinton physically still is for her age, an attractive woman. Hate to break it to you.
Barney, can I check your subscription on those glasses lenses?
Listen, Hillary Clinton is not ugly. She's prettier than her daughter. She is. That's a fact.
Show her daughter. Does it look like Bill in a wig?
Yeah, the daughter looks more like Bill. Unfortunately, it's not pleasant. But she's rich.
She can't be Trump's wife. She's stunning.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Melania. Jesus, there she is, right there. Look at her. Amazing.
Exactly.
Amazing. Amazing.
Stunning woman.
Stunning women indeed. Speaking of which, oops, how did that slip in there? Okay, so let's talk about priests dating. How would that go down? What do you think? Let's figure this out. Should priests be able to date the congregation?
First, he singles them out of the congregation.
He should just date his flock. I think priests should date nuns. Like, I don't know what the...
Right, not all nuns. The thing is, though, Barney, not all nuns want to date. You know?
Yeah, but most of those priests are pedophiles anyways, so it's probably evens out.
I know, but they can't. It's not legal to go and date young boys.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. The ones that aren't pedophiles, maybe they want a wife, and maybe this will dissuade pedophiles from becoming priests. Because let's face it, man, it's like, bro, they just want to join this kind of thing because they want access to boys. I mean, I really think that's a thing. I mean, that sounds crazy. That sounds evil, but I think it's true. I think it's true. I think
girls just want to have fun.
You need to put a poster out saying, please protect all altar boys. Please protect all altar boys. They are special and rare and should not be harmed.
Yes. So priests should be able to marry nuns in some type of Catholic arranged marriage.
I do think priests should be able to get married because, like Sasquatch says, how can you advise someone on a marriage when they've never been married? To experience it, you've got to know things to experience things to give advice, and I think it's wrong. I don't know why they changed it for, because back in the day the popes did used to be married with children. There's like famous verses in history about the families and stuff like that.
Here we go. Let's read what AI says. Here comes AI. Several popes were married before becoming pope. Some notable examples include Pope, how do you say this? Hormisdas in 514 to 523, Pope Adrian II in 872, Pope John the 17th in 1003, and Pope Clement IV in 1268. Homosidas was a widower at the time of his election when Adrian II was married during his papacy. The practice of clerical celibacy in the Western Church became mandatory in the 12th century. Why? Why did they do that?
See, this is like the change in what you call it. It's like people's ways to look into religion, because they're trying to say you've got to be as holy as what Jesus and God is by not touching anyone. This is what I mean. They keep on changing the Bible and stuff to fit what suits, and this is what they do. It's like when you get a radical in charge, they will change the law system, like they've changed the religions and stuff like that, if you know what I mean. The biggest revelation whatever happened when it came to religion was Henry VIII taking control of the church and turning it into Protestant, and not letting the Catholic have all the money. That's what he did it more or less, and so he could divorce. So he changed the system, basically.
It just never, I don't know when they changed it, but they quashed it.
They tried to make them as though they're holier than now, as though they have power over people. That's what it is. It's stupid, because a normal human being, their function is to breed. That is what it is. They pass down the genes. That is the top and bottom of it.
And it's just I couldn't imagine being around like all these dudes dressed in all these crazy clothes, and I mean, how many of them do you think are gay? Like, seriously?
I reckon there'll be a lot in the closet. I mean, before the priests, there was monks.
And how many percent do you think these dudes are gay?
Probably it's about 90.
90%, you think? I think that's a bit much.
Probably.
I think probably like based off of nothing, based off of observations. I don't know, man. Like 40%, maybe 50. I guess it's just a calling, right? It's a calling to become a priest. It's a calling to have the Lord talk to you. And it's something I'm glad never happened to me.
Out of 100, you're saying percent, about 200 are gay.
200 out of 100. It does seem like a crazy, evil pedophile thing. Oh, hold on. I hear. Say something funny. I got to check out here. Hold on.
The top and bottom of it, it's good if you actually believe in the religion and you want to do that solely because you believe there's a God and a Jesus. But let's be realistic. A lot of people have issues with coming out the closet, and that's brought on by religions and fear of peer pressure and generations from the parents and stuff like that, how they've got to behave and stuff like that or go on. So they will go in the closet and go and worship something what isn't there just to get some sort of relationship going on inside a monastery, basically.
And it's got to be, it's got, I don't know how lonely it is. I mean, if you're a priest, you're just, most of them don't live in the Vatican. Most of them are just priests. They live in the, what's the priest house called? There's a name for it.
I have no idea.
There's a name for the priest house. I forget what it's called, but
I just call them monasteries.
No, but like when you go to a town.
Parsonage.
Parsonage,
yeah.
You just live in your parsonage and do church stuff. I mean, I
mean, I've seen some of the comments in the chat, and some people were pretty serious saying we were taking the pee out of religion. No one was taking the pee. We're just lightly discussing stuff. That's all we're doing. We're just trying to get to know what this religion and why it is. And religion's not meant to be taken that serious. It's all.
Or is it? Or is it? I think that's where the problem is. But what did he do with the hold on, here we go. Francis did not endorse marriage for priests despite bishop's request. Oh, see, there's a movement. I didn't know that. He also did not allow the possibility of women being ordained, thank God, as deacons. I don't even know what a deacon is, to address a shortage of ordained ministers. His discerning spirit saw there was too much division and no clear consensus for change. He was openly critical of Germany's controversial synodal way, a series of conferences with bishops and lay people that advocate for positions contrary to church teachings.
You know why they wore those big robes for, don't you? So no one knew what was going on downstairs when they were standing. I just find it a bit bizarre how someone would do that to themselves. Would do that to themselves, like for the rest of their lives, remain celibate. It's.
And you're not even supposed to how shall you say?
State of affairs.
You're supposed to just leave it alone. You're not supposed to beat it up too hard or at all.
I mean, talk about blue balls. They'll end up getting bloody cancer or something.
Probably have a lot of energy, honestly. You wake up and you're like, 50th year being a priest.
Sir. I have to add a little bit of context into that. Have you ever heard of the term post-nut clarity? They don't get it.
Yeah, but clarity is good. So they're always confused.
They don't ever get the clarity of post-nut clarity. They are not doing that thing ostensibly.
I mean clarity is a good thing, sir.
Yes, but they don't nut. Say they don't experience post-nut clarity.
There has been a lot of scandals in the church about priests having sex with women and stuff like that, as well as other like people and young people and things like that, and it's quite scary. So there is a case that we are sexually active.
Here we go. This is what he says. The gays, right? This is the issue of our time. Francis has strongly condemned laws that criminalize homosexuality, calling them unjust and a sin. I guess he's talking about like Africa. The laws criminalizing homosexuality, which is crazy because his own guidebook says that it's a sin and it's a mortal sin, not a menial sin. So laws against what his own guidebook says.
That's where it comes from, isn't it?
He's not following the word of the Lord. He's just making shit up. Is a pope allowed to change the Bible? Go ahead.
Barney Sasquatch El Perro, whatever. I think. Sorry if I butchered that name. The thing is, there's another reason why I don't believe in religion, because Christianity took away a lot of our pagan traditions to make us conform to Christianity. You had Easter, which is a pagan celebration. You had solstice, which is Christmas time.
Dude, Easter is a tradition for pagans. Bro, what are you talking about? Easter
I'm giving you some history.
Dude, Easter is when Jesus came back to life. Even I know that.
No,
Ishtar.
It's a goddess. It's a goddess in pagan terms.
A goddess of fertility and the spring, renewal, marriage, and various other things. The egg.
That is what Easter is really about. No one knows when Jesus really died or when he came back. No one knows the date he was actually born. Like I say, it is made.
You're wrong, sir. Even I know this.
Oh, yeah, you're wrong.
December 25th, bro. Three wise men, 3 kings. They're like,
this is why our favorite baby is anointed traditions then rather than religion, because it did in the UK.
Hold on, Tender.
In Europe, it was merged into Christianity, and it had nothing to do with Christianity at all. It's just to conform people. I'm giving you genuine history and facts here. Well, you should know this, Barney.
I know that Christianity.
Let me take a swing.
Accused of plagiarism. I've heard all the stories, but I don't know, bro. We're just trying to talk about Pope Francis, what he did. Why can't priests be married? Are they all gay? I mean, these are the pressing issues of our time. I know. Geez, I know Jesus Christo's birthday. It's December 25th, 0000, sir.
Barney, this is what I believe.
That's a fact. I know that. I know a few things, and I know when Easter is. It was yesterday or something.
Okay. But when is my birthday?
Your birthday is February 29th, 1962. I don't know what.
Barney, this is what I believe. The children are our future. Do not touch them and let them grow into adults.
Listen, I believe the children of the future.
Yes.
Business out and make them lead the way. And all
don't
the blessings they possess inside.
Christians did not take a single pagan holiday away from you. They merely rebranded them and allowed you to celebrate with them.
Yes.
Okay, so
kind of like Thanksgiving, allowing the natives to celebrate with them, huh?
Oh God!
It's like telling a person you're not allowed to say Merry Christmas and you've got to say Happy Holidays. Fuck that shit! It's Merry Christmas.
All right, hold on. Let's get back to Pope Francis. This poor guy. At least Pope Francis wasn't a Nazi, right? So look on the bright side. He wasn't a Nazi, unlike Benedict. There he is. So he's got that going for him. But Pope Francis liked the gays, right? He didn't do what the Bible said, which is controversial. He strongly condemned laws that criminalize homosexuality, even though his own book criminalizes it. A man shall not lay with a man as he lays with a woman. Candor, I don't want to hear it. Calling them unjust and a sin. He's emphasized that homosexual people are children of God and should be treated with compassion and dignity. I mean, I agree with that for sure. He repeatedly stated that LGBTQ people are welcome in the church. They are. I mean, there's so many gays in the church. Look at all the singers, even those with same-sex attractions. He has encouraged families and society to accept and support LGBTQ plus individuals. Support. What does that mean exactly, right?
The thing is, what they try to say is they don't mind gay people or stuff like that. They just hate the sin. That's it.
Which, I mean, that kind of seems on brand.
Madam, case may be, that is a historic method of being excommunicated from the church.
Or being gay,
the thing is,
I thought Christianity was just sin, and then you go in the little box, you confess, and then you're good. That's how it works.
The thing is,
if you're Lutheran, that's a little
sinners.
different. If you're Southern Baptist, that's a little different. If you're Methodist, that's a little different.
But across all of those religions, repentance is the key, and that's what none of them recognize.
The thing is, though, if you look at the old Bibles before they kept on changing them, we are all sinners, and we are all going to hell.
What are you talking about? No, I'm pretty
sure
that
is the original Bible. We are all born sinners.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
I think you've misinterpreted that, because it never says that we're born sinners. It says that we're born into a world of sin.
But the thing is, I'm happy being a sinner. I heard it's hot in hell and the devil's quite horny. That's a two
make
for two
me a
for
sinner.
Me. That's ology.
I'm being happy about it. I mean, I get it. You don't like cold places. I can see where you're coming from here. But I never heard the heaven was cold.
I'm sick of cold
hell
places.
is hot.
I literally live in a cold place. I live in the UK. It is like about 11 months of the year freezing.
It looks awful tropical nowadays. It kind of looks like, Eastern Pakistan, to be honest.
Oh,
you walk
God,
around and look at the people.
And the all inbreeding as well. It's getting worse. I wish they wouldn't inbreed.
All right, this show is completely going off the rails. I wanted to talk about Pope Francis, talk about how he did this.
He was a good pope, though.
Why was he a good pope? But the show went off the rails, so I gave up. But here's something that happened recently.
Nobody. I'm talking about the Pope. I'm talking about the Pope.
No, it's too late. You destroyed the show, Candle. You destroyed the show. So let's just move on. You did. So let's listen to this. This is, I think, someone's girlfriend singing at a funeral. Kind of inappropriate, kind of odd, but let's give it a chance and let's see what we come up with here. Tell me if you like this song or not. Hopefully I don't get claimed. Here we go.
I want to sing it now. And it's to everybody in here that don't know Jesus as their Savior. I don't know what key I sing in, okay? It might be Q, but I sing in one of them. And it goes like this. Hell is hot. Ain't no water there. Oh, hell is hot. Ain't no water there. No ice, no tea, no lemonade, no Coke, no Sprite, no Gatorade. Oh, hell is hot. Ain't no water there. Hell is hot. Ain't no water there. No ice.
Who needs water when you got whiskey?
No lemonade, no Coke, no Sprite, no Gatorade.
Diabetes.
Do we think that she is? Hold on. Is she inferring that her man or whatever that is in hell, or what do we think is going on there? What do we think about that?
She is saying hell is hot.
Ain't no Gatorade.
If you go to hell, you won't get diabetes type 2 because there's no fizzy pops. There's nothing like that there. So that means the body's good to work, okay? We all good.
But
as for Brett,
Brett,
the comment banning Brett, Brett, the thing is, you can move down to America. We stuck on an island, so we can complain.
Well,
Okay.
I hear there's a lot of boats across the channel nowadays. You can just go grab one of theirs and go back.
We don't do ferries. We might get intercepted by some radical Muslims.
Aren't they the ones leaving the boats? I mean, you can just go grab one of their boats and just get you a little shovel and paddle yourself back to
We might get ended on dinghies.
You'll be in France. And that's a problem.
Who the hell wants to go to France?
That's the problem. They'd rather stay on their island and die than cross the channel and expand.
We don't want to eat frogs' legs. We don't want to see women's hairy armpits. Hell no.
You don't want to see hairy armpits? It's interesting you should say that. Say that one more time.
We don't want to see women's hairy armpits. Hell no.
Okay.
I'm good with it. I'm amazingly good with this.
She is stunning though.
But
Her
that's
face
like
is stunning.
This is like my favorite face shot, lol, of Sophia Loren, but it just so happens to be with her goddamn hairy armpits. Like, can we get some AI on those pits? I mean, girl, what were you thinking? I know you're Italian, but this is too much. This is gross.
What?
Anyway.
See, have you seen that? Have you seen that? She's got no boat. She's got no filler in the top lid. All natural. What's happened to women these days? They all look like kippers.
That is
they don't make them like they used to.
Lovely lady.
That's the goat. She's still alive.
Women's faces now, they look like bruised anuses, overused.
What?
And then overgrown lashes what go over the eyebrows. Like, what
says an individual who is pinching for the other team. I don't understand where you're coming from.
Overused.
Damn, I was just going to clarify what he said.
He said overused.
Like
the reason why I'm doing it.
Candor, I think you're doing coke tonight. He said overused, bruised anuses. I'm trying to run a family show, but you always pull me in the gutter. Go ahead. Destroyed.
As a gay man, I can acknowledge if a woman looks really good looking or not. Hello, we are the people what do them up to give them to straight men. You know what I mean? So we can acknowledge if they look attractive or not. We're just not into them self-ways, if you know what I mean. That's it. But the thing is, when I look at women these days, they look like something like off the Teletubbies or something. They just look odd. Like, what the hell is going on?
You mean the plastic surgery?
I think the Pope needs to discuss this.
Oh, what does it? That's a good question. What does Catholicism say about plastic surgery? Catholicism.
And I'd just like to say the Pope wasn't a generally nice person, and it's rare to get a Pope what's just nice and understanding.
Really? You knew the guy?
And he will be missed.
The Catholic Church does not have a single stance on cosmetic surgery.
No, I've studied a lot on him, and I've heard him talk and stuff like that, and he seems like a decent person. And a lot of his conjury, whatever you call it, will miss him. Seems like a good person. I know Italy was upset he was gone.
I mean, a lot of people miss Mussolini too. Does that make him a good person?
I miss the Queen as well, because now we've got a turd called Charles.
The Vatican misses Mussolini. That's the one that gave the Vatican their sovereignty.
That's right. Mussolini was a populist. Mussolini won the elections, yo. And did it in landslides.
Imagine that. You get your sovereignty from a Marxist.
Life is life, isn't it?
Listen, I'm going to make a prediction. Hold on. Let me go solo for a second here. All right, Catholics. I'm making a prediction right here, right now, and I'm never wrong. The next pope is not going to be trans. The next pope is not going to be gay. They're going to be black. I promise you.
Yeah, that's a pretty safe prediction.
It's going to be a
some kind of Latin black, too. Like safe black. You know what I'm saying? Like Dominican or some shit.
No, I think it's going to be like Nigerian.
No,
it could be African.
Poland, who's the next in line.
I guarantee you it will be Ethiopian.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, guys, I've seen the actual Poland showing the
"Why are
faces
you
of
gay?"
who's next elected, and there's only one black person in the whole lot of the section.
Wait, what did you say, Candor?
I've seen a whole poll showing the faces and where they're from, who's going to be...
Wait, hold on. Are you speaking American English? Slow that down.
No, I'm speaking
You said,
English.
I've seen a
That's
what?
some northerner shit.
I have seen a poll showing their faces who's going to be next elected, and there is only one black man out of that poll.
He's the winner.
He's nowhere near the line to succeed to be the next pope.
On behalf of our next black pope, I want to ask, why are you gay?
Why are you gay? Indeed.
Why are you straight?
We were born this way.
Hell,
I chose to be straight.
You don't choose anything. You are.
Oh, my bad. He was born gay and chose to be straight. I was born straight and didn't bother to do anything about it.
I was born neither, and then just chose girls because they look better.
I'm never going back.
Dudes are kind of gross, you know. You don't really want to put it in them.
Well, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
Not that it means anything.
I mean, aside from my opinion.
Could you imagine being Chinese?
Did I hurt your feelings or something? God damn.
No. I just think that you've got.
It's like shit. That happened fast. That was faster than usual. He got all ass hurt.
I think you've got some kind of tension towards gay people. Now, a normal straight dude wouldn't be bothered because he's fine with his sexuality. But obviously, you seem to have hang-ups, Denzen. Is there something in the closet you want to come out for?
I have hang-ups?
I think you.
What are my hang-ups?
I think you do. Are you a closet gay?
I think you're projecting right now because something I said hurt your feelings.
Are you going to pay those go-go boys?
I've seen this.
So what if I do?
Get good.
What's that any business of yours? Are you saying it's wrong?
I knew it.
What's wrong with being gay?
I knew it.
Are you some kind of bigot or something?
I knew it.
Just repeats himself. He sounds like a cop.
And you sound like a cock.
Give me your driver's license. Give me your driver's license.
I was going to say, in their defense, they haven't asked me for ID so far.
Oh, are you a they, them? Is that why you got upset when I asked if you were gay?
No.
I wasn't speaking to you directly. You do know that, right?
I'm not part of that.
Me and Khalifa in chat. Hey, baby.
It was just a general question so that I could do my African accent. That was all. It wasn't a personal slight against you.
The thing is.
Oh, you're sassy. I got you now. I'm hearing it now.
I
understand why you took it personally.
We hear about the Pope, not about my sexuality.
Thanks for.
I thought we were here about my sexuality for a second.
Well, I thought you wanted to talk about it.
I guess not. Well, Cantor was kind of confessing that he had heteroerotic fantasies, which is kind of bizarre. Kind of made me feel
tends
uneasy.
to happen now and then.
He wants, he's into women with whips and stuff. It's kind of weird.
And the leather.
That's it. Yeah, leather, whips. But that's against the Bible, because Timothy 2:12 says, "I do not permit a woman to exercise authority over a man." I mean, that's obvious. So we can't be having that.
So this brings up a question. And this is between me and you, Barney.
Why are you gay?
Why, if you don't believe you should allow a woman to take up the position of a man, and this man is trying to be a woman, can we just boot him? I mean, is that acceptable? I mean, can we give them the respect they asked for under the Bible, or do we have to treat them with respect in society because they say so? Furthermore, do you really identify yourself, or does other people actually identify you to the people who meet you? Which way does that actually work?
In reality, the group is what determines what your pronouns are.
I think there's too many labels.
Ooh, boy, them goalposts just moved real quick, didn't they? Popped right up, run right across the field, plop down in a different spot.
I like my pronoun, you.
My pronoun is
I just don't do pronouns and all that crap. I think there's too many labels, and I think people should just let people live. As long as you're not touching children, there's no problem, and you're not doing the R word. Because what goes on in someone else's back garden has nothing to do with anyone else.
So Pope time. Did we like the Hell is Hot? That was good or bad? Was that a good bit or not? I mean, is anyone? I feel like this was a hot clip. No one. I'm not getting the reaction I wanted. Do you think this woman is singing?
It's boring, tedious, and irritating. You can't see it either.
The problem is that every time she starts singing, it drowns out everything else in that track. I don't know if that happens on your end of it, but on the StreamYard receiving end of it, something about that's not jiving.
And something about it tells me she should be sanctioned to hell.
My impression, my original reaction was, that's a she.
Who's a
Just being
she?
honest, Barney.
The hell is hot woman?
Whoever that thing was that was playing when I came in, whatever that was, sounded like
Thank
a
you,
man.
Nick.
I can't see it. It's
This is
the
like an
size
old
of a
woman with a
fucking-
queen with a cane.
Looks like
Here
an
we go.
actual
wanna sing it
thumbnail. Like
now.
if I hold my thumb up to the screen.
And it's to everybody in here that don't know Jesus as they Savior.
Sounds like Maxine
Yeah,
Waters.
I don't know what key I sing in,
No.
okay? It might be cute,
It's
but I
video
sing in
chat.
one of them. And it go like this. Hell is hot. Ain't no water there. Oh.
So she's just singing off the cuff, and the band joined in after it. She's.
I might
thinking-
start singing this when I go outside.
I kind of like.
I don't
it,
like people who talk about hell either.
But do you think she's
Hell
like
is
there's a
hot,
there's
there
a
ain't
dead
no
body
water
right in
there.
front of her? Do you think that she's condemning this person to hell? That's what I want to say.
Oh, hell is hot. Ain't no water there. No ice, no tea, no lemonade.
All right, it didn't land how I wanted. Here we go. This is what lands.
But who the hell is she to condemn anyone?
Well, is she condemning? That's the question. I don't know. It's not landing how I thought. I thought this was
Right,
like
she's forcing her narrative onto people, isn't she?
I don't know what she's doing. That's what I was trying to ask. But this is
You would know. You'd probably
Oh,
recognize
maybe.
it better than that.
All right. Okay.
The best super chat song on YouTube.
There's, Alex has a question. Alex, unfortunately, that's incorrect. White, black, and grey, they are tones. They are not a colour.
What?
I'm out, guys.
I'm a graphic designer.
Shout
I'm
out.
out, guys. Be blessed.
Abundance.
Like Pharaoh.
Be
Be
blessed.
blessed.
all
Thanks for having me up.
All right. Well,
White
That's
is the
the
abundance of all colors. Black is the
it's
absence
just a
of color.
tone. They all just tones. The black is a tone. Grey is a tone. I know that because I'm do design. Anyways, yeah. If you notice what that woman was saying, she's forcing her beliefs onto other people of who's going to hell and who's not.
She's in a church.
Yes, and this is
She ain't
this is what
forcing
I'm getting
nothing.
to, Squash. This is their whole point. The controlling a narrative to force people to think the way they see things. And this is why another thing I always come with churches. To me, they're like a cult because they drag people in, they brainwash them, they make them think like them, and then they have them going around pointing fingers at people and telling them how they should be living their lives. A real religion, a real person who's religious does not do that. They believe in what they believe, but they don't go pointing the fingers at other people saying that they wrong and they damned and everything like that. They just keep it to themselves. This is the freaky shit, what goes on. And it happens a lot in America, I've noticed. They always bring religion into every single situation where it has no need.
what's the true religion out there? Not the brand of jeans, but what is the true religion? What's the closest one to God?
The true religion is it's between you and God. That's it.
Atheism.
That is it.
But you
No
know,
one
like
else
the Catholic
needs to know.
churches. I mean, let's face it, man. Those Catholic churches,
Communism.
they got it all figured out. Those are the most
It's
evil
a
churches in the
money,
world.
Barney. It's a money racket. That's all it is, controlling people to extort money, and that's the top and bottom of it. Hid behind that book.
Communism is the one true religion.
There you have it.
Down with
Crystal
down
clear.
with Allah, up with Mossadegh, up with communism.
And I hate the fact that they use religions to create wars as well. It's not cool. Just to extort money out of people. And to take
Who are
land.
they? Can I get their email? I'd like to interview them.
Yeah.
I thought he was
got,
there.
you got
Aren't
you
you?
got
Wait,
Muslims.
I thought he went by they
Wait,
them.
hold on. You just said that they use religions to start wars. When I asked who they were, you started naming religions. I mean,
Yeah.
they that start the wars,
I
not the
don't know,
religions.
I don't know specific names, but like if you go to the radical groups, I'm sure they'll offer you them. I'm not going to them. I like my balls kept intact.
You mean like the IRA?
I'm suddenly so very, very confused.
Right, the are radicals like the IRA was, but I don't know specific names of them. But they go around bombing people in the name of Allah,
Allah.
like the Ariana Grande concert, the bombings in London.
Oh, Al Qaeda.
Yeah, that's
ISIS.
what they do. Oh, and Buddhism isn't a religion; it's a practice.
This guy. It's not a color; it's a tone.
Yeah, but speaking of Buddhism, speaking of some kind of Asian stuff, isn't this just kind of bizarre? Seeing an Asian.
That's one
cardinal?
word for it.
It's like an Asian cardinal. Like, bro, don't you want to be Buddhist or something?
He's
Asian. There's
like
these
Buddhism
Korean.
Practice. He's not a god.
He looks like a Catholic though.
There's these Korean.
Buddha was originally a prince.
Like he likes altar boys.
Buddha was originally a prince, and he left all his riches to find inner harmony, and that's what it is. It's a practice.
Super chat, super chat, super chat, super chat.
Oh, you want to hear it again? Okay, if you're gonna sing it so nicely, all right. Back by popular demand. Super chat.
Maybe a super chat. Send me a super chat. I need a super chat.
All right, everybody. There it is. So rest in peace, Pope Francis, the man who was making reforms for the gays. Seems like it just weakens the whole message, because I can read some passages, verses in the Bible, and I'm pretty sure that they are against that.
You know what would be cool now?
What's up?
Like an anti-gay pope would be dope now. He just comes out and he's like, it's not okay to be gay.
They choose
done that
for a Catholic school in South Mississippi. He comes walking out shrugging, going, I don't know, y'all. They just chose me. Put up the white smoke.
Is a sin. All trans people go to hot hell with no soda.
It would be going back to its roots. At least it would be more pure. Again, I don't want to treat people poorly or wrong, or I don't want candor to be
right, Barney, there's nothing more pure than a priest giving it to another priest.
Calm thyself, my child.
But here's the thing, Barney, off subject. Have you looked into the Boston situation? There was someone who was in charge of Boston, and they extorted a lot of money. That's come up recently.
What?
And it was a black woman extorting money. I've noticed that on the grapevine.
Is this something to do with religion or not?
No, it's the court. It's like in law. Like she was running something in Boston.
Boston?
Just thought you might want to have a look into that when you get some free time.
No, I was going to talk about Letitia James.
Hey, can I do a few bits on Letitia James? I love this woman. She can look both ways while crossing the street. This woman sees both sides of every single issue. Every time things come up, she sees it from both directions. That woman's eyes are looking in two different ideals simultaneously. This woman has managed to steal from both sides of the aisle, one eye apiece. Bring up the picture so that it makes sense.
Bro. Dude, I mean, come on. We can make fat jokes. We can make women that don't.
Can't make jokes about somebody who sees both sides of a legal problem.
Cross-eyed, I don't like. You can make fun of hairy armpits.
She ain't cross-eyed. She has two separate walleyes.
Talking about legal system, where's lawyer chick?
I don't know. She's not interested in the topic, I suppose.
She's tomorrow and yesterday.
All right. Letitia James apparently is suffering from the Trump effect in that, whatever I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you kind of thing. And it looks like she might be in trouble. Let's pull her up. Keep in mind, I think she's 66. So let's look here. Let me pull up a picture. I mean,
is this going to be a gematria break?
No, this show is anti-gematria.
Okay.
Never gematria on this show. That's a no. I'd rather no. That's a current, permanent, permabands gematria. If you don't like gematria, then you have a safe space in the Midlife Bro Logic News Network channel. I'm trying to look for a picture of her where she doesn't. I don't know. Find a picture, sir. At least she's not Tarana Burke. Do you want to talk about people who don't look good? Do you know who that is, sir? Actually, no. I feel bad. I'm not going to talk about this. This is horrible. This is horrible. No, Letitia James. She's in the pipeline. I'll just leave it at that. I don't know. That's it. The Pope. And final words on the Pope. Who's going to be the new Pope? Should popes get married? Do you think he's right in changing the rules for a modern day? Or should the church be more conservative and go back to exactly what the Bible says? Someone take it away. Go.
Huh?
Did you hear what I said?
I'm sorry, you froze for me.
I know. I'm like, what?
What was
All right, first. The question is, rest in peace, Pope Francis. Do you agree with the changes that he was implementing, or do you think it weakens the overall message of the Lord? And do you think the next Pope will be, like we said, conservative? I mean, what does the future hold? Just take it away.
Change. Future holds change. Any changes made in orthodoxy weakens orthodoxy and weakens the established order of things. So when a pope changes something, some feature in the gears that's been around for a couple of 100 years, it's going to have a fallout effect downhill. What they want is more parishioners. They want more people tithing, more people donating, more people in church. They're going for the 2%. I don't understand why, but that's the direction they've decided to go in. So I think it'll be an interesting watch, kind of like WWE on Monday Nitro. I think we'll enjoy it. It'll be great.
Well, yeah, we'll definitely keep our eyes peeled. We'll see if we get the first black pope. I'm saying yes. Is the next pope going to be black? Yes. They call Letitia James Sasquatch, right?
That's because she can see both sides of the myth. She can see every angle of this situation. Every time she opens her eyes, it's in two directions.
That's horrible.
My opinion.
You laid that up so easy, dude. Like, how could you expect me not to slam dunk that immediately? Come on, bro.
My opinion for the next Pope, right? The Pope what's been there, he was a really good Pope. He was a kind person.
Why was he good? Why was he good? Why was he good? Tell me why he's
good. Because he was just kind to people, and that's what you should be.
He's kind when he's like, hey,
leaders,
he's a human being.
Leaders being kind, showing people Trump, the right way to be.
Was he kind when he said, "Hey, Trump, stop building a wall"? But the Vatican has a wall around it. Was that an act of kindness? What was that like? He's anti-Trump,
Has the wall
actually supposed finished? To be the vicar of Christ, just regular, politeness and consideration makes him a good pope. I call bullshit.
Right. Okay. Right. That's your opinion. Right.
Can I finish mine? I don't know why that's so fucking funny to you. All the shit that you say is your opinion.
Before you jump in.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear anything you said because I was talking that whole time.
No,
so it didn't really come through.
I'm not even finished, but hey ho, talk about ignorance.
There's a little too much sexual tension going on right now. Can you two guys
I can't be bothered with him.
take a cold shower?
He's
Okay,
clearly got something stuck with his ass today.
Well, you put it there, so
probably.
So the Pope is good because he's kind to people. Is there an example of an evil
no,
Pope?
it's not just that. It's
about making a fucking ass out of yourself.
People the right way to be and how to act like normal human beings.
And kindness. We heard that the first time.
I mean, just because he wasn't a Nazi like the last Pope.
Thank you for the comment.
Yeah, he acts like he shows people how to act like a normal human being.
Yeah, Denzel, you should take up and
read
his history.
How holy?
Become one.
That dude was a Nazi
anyways,
well,
he's
no,
also
this is not the one that just died, Dennison. This is the one before.
We've had
it's still alive. This is the one that quit.
This is the one that quit.
The Pope before this guy quit. He was German or he's Bavarian, Austrian, and he was a Hitler Youth, confirmed that's him. And he's still like, yo, this job is too hard. I quit. I think
he's the only one to ever get out alive, dude. Think that through for a second. The only one that ever got out alive.
Way to leave.
A literal part of the Third Reich.
Quit.
Right.
Quit.
See, it's easier to get out of the Catholic Church than it is to get out of MS-13.
One of the most backwards, superstitious, anti-progressive, and brutal regimes in the history of mankind. The Church, the Vatican, then that's if you ignore what they do to children, they certainly ignore it. And I'm not impressed. Be kind. Okay. So my mom was a good pope.
Oh, hold on. Breaking news. Hold on. I made a mistake. I said something that wasn't true. Breaking news, newsflash. This Pope, the Nazi Pope, he actually died in 2022. Sorry. He died in 2022.
That's how you quit the Vatican, bro.
No, but he quit and then he died afterwards. He resigned.
Yeah, they killed him in Minecraft.
So I just wanted to...
as I was saying, in the past, the Pope's been... The Catholic Church has had many conservative ones. It's never worked. It's been really low. And it's not because of gay people or whatever or trans. It's because they've been too harsh with people and people just want to function a normal life. That's the problem. And it has been money orientated and rooted, making money out of people. That is a given. Like every cult, you get loads of them in America too. You get them in the UK on the sly. You get them in every country. The thing is, there won't be a black pope because there's only one in the running, and he's way down the line. It's between one conservative and
is he like Rosa Parks? Is he in the back like Rosa Parks? Keep going. Sorry.
All back of the bus and shit.
As I was trying to explain before, without being butted into constantly the actual situation, that is what's going on. And to be quite honest, as a person who's not really religious, I couldn't give an F either way. It doesn't bother me. But as long as they treat people good, that's all that matters.
That's beautiful words. Thank you. All right, there it is. Dennison, did you want to go in on the church a little more, or talk about the Pope, or?
So essentially, the Pope is like my guidance counselor, right? He's supposed to teach people their manners, how to be nice to one another. Why do we take these? I don't understand how in this year, in this day and age, we still have to take these people's fucking superstitions seriously. Like, when are we ever going to shirk this responsibility to get this albatross off our neck where we have to take Bronze Era mysticism seriously? Like, who gives a shit about the Pope, really? Why am I hearing about the Pope? Why is it news that the Pope died or quit, or there's a new Pope, or, anything?
Because something like 1/3 of the world's population is Catholic.
Why?
And some people care. Why are they Catholic?
Yeah, because how are we still in a point where they still believe in blood libel and reincarnation and trans
I have the answer.
mutation?
I have the answer.
What's
In the words of
transmutation got to do with the religion?
Oh,
in
Jesus
the words
Christ.
of Fiddler on the
Nothing.
Roof. The words of Fiddler on the Roof. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah, but a long time ago, though.
Tradition, tradition. Also, people are scared of what happens when you die. Right? It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. You know, like, golly gee, life is pretty cool. I don't want to just go
Unless
away
you
and
believe in
become nothing.
reincarnation.
I mean, that seems like the way to go. Right? But if you believe in reincarnation, then you're going to be one of those Indian people that's hanging out with like rats and you're feeding them. Gross, right?
And eating bananas.
You know, it's gross what they do, those people that believe in reincarnation. But
Don't they in some religions believe if you kill bugs and that you'll come back as one?
I mean, technically, the white Europeans believe in reincarnation too. It happened like 100 times in the Bible, including your special favorite space Jew friend, right? Jesus. You know, the Christiest of all Christies, the Christian, the most Christian of the All High, God incarnate. Your boy Jesus.
He wasn't reincarnated. He was
resurrected.
He's resurrected, baby.
Oh, okay. That's far more believable. Never mind.
Yes, far more believable. He's like, it's just a prank, bro. I just wanted to see who came to my funeral.
LOL.
And that's what's up. But
Barney, question.
Yes.
On Friday, did you eat fish?
Yes.
Sasquatch, did you?
He's muted.
What I ate smelled and tasted kind of like fish, yes.
Good enough. Good enough.
All right, this show has turned to shit. We're ending it now.
Did you eat fish on Friday?
No.
Thank you, Barney.
All right, wait. Before we go.
Family dinner.
Hold on. Breaking news. The spiritual guru, our guidance counselor for the modern day and era, the man who talks to God on the daily, is live right now. I'm talking about Jack Talcott. So everyone go to Talcott and let's see what he's
live
up to.
now.
He's live right now.
Powdered Dusty as well. They're together.
Spontaneous restream and collab opportunity. Everyone head on over there. Anyone who pulled up, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I've already got folks redirected to go there when we leave here.
Oh, I need to. Is this? Am I supposed to do something? Is that a thing? Is that a new thing I'm supposed to do?
You'd have to go turn it on and then click it.
Where do I do that?
Email me. We'll talk. Call me. I'll explain it.
I can't do it now.
Do you have a window open to your live streaming desktop thing for YouTube?
Yes.
Okay. Then go to edit.
Hold on.
Like you're going to change the title or whatever. And customization.
Okay, hold on. Content. We'll go to live. Then we'll go to edit. Okay.
You see details of customization. Go down to customization.
Customization. Got it.
All the way to the bottom. Scroll all the way down. It'll be like second from the bottom says redirect. Right?
There it is. Okay, so I have to find his video now.
Hold on. I'll give you I can give you the link. Or better yet, this works better. Just copy and paste this into that slot and it'll give you the
hold on. Oh, I found it. Okay, here we go.
Cool.
And we're gonna put it. Here it is.
You just click it and it pops up. Save it. Give it 15 seconds, a minute to click in and be legitimate and saved. And then you do whatever your outro is. And when it's over, everybody will go there.
Oh, awesome. All right, everybody. We got 46 million people watching right now. Everyone go to Talcott. I mean, Talcott's up in the game. He's on the road. He is really putting his money where his mouth is. He is a believer in Christ, and he is proving it to us by just winging it. I don't really know what he's doing, honestly. I don't know how much money he has or what his money situation is. So that's really the big question mark that I have. And it's really none of my business. So I'll leave it at that. But it's exciting to see a YouTuber go out IRL and go on a mission to talk to freaking Trump, right? I mean, that is pretty epic, and I hope he does. Crazier things have happened. Let's just leave it at that. That's it, everybody. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the other side. The other side, of course, being the Talcott stream. Peace. Rest in peace, Pope Francis. I'm out.
Good evening, America. This is your president, Donald J. Trump, the big man, number 45. And when I become number 47, America is gonna freaking hear our freaking voices. So I want you to subscribe to Barnabas at Midlife Bro Logic. He's the #1 voice of the Donald J. Trump campaign. Subscribe, like, tattoo it on your body, brand it on yourself. Let the world know about Midlife Bro Logic. It's the #1 YouTube channel on all Trump operations. Make sure that you like and subscribe to Midlife Bro Logic. It's the #1 Trump news channel for my campaign of 2024.